Hello
Welcome.
to the Shenanglers.
It's good.
Quality content.
Whatever.
No, that wasn't
You're
good.
supposed to say good to see you.
Oh, okay, we'll retry that. Hello
Welcome.
to the Shenanglers.
It's good.
to see you.
Fuck, what are we doing? Anyway, we've got so much on our palates tonight, don't we, Marshall?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, first of all, welcome if you're a first-time listener.
If you're a first-time listener, you're probably just like, okay, this guy right here is Marshall. Who's the other guy? Well, that guy right there is Jarrod.
Yeah, I'm Jarrod.
He's Jarrod.
And it's good to have you guys here tonight. So we're going to have a little fun for the next maybe hour with you guys. We're going to invite ourselves into your ear holes and make ourselves at home. So get ready. You're in for a real treat.
Is that considered a treat?
Yeah, man.
Worming your way into their ear holes?
It's not rape.
Like that fly that lays its larva
Don't talk
in your
about
skin.
it. We looked at a list earlier of the 5 scariest insects.
Yeah, we were going to use it as a bit, but Jesus, it was too scary.
It was just so scary. We didn't want to scare you guys, but you can look it up yourself since on Cracked.
It's on Cracked, where all the best articles come from.
They had everything from ants that have that shriek and sting you with bullet-like pain to hornets that are 5 times the size of regular hornets, and they spit acid that burns flesh.
And they have pincers and they can destroy a hive of what? With 30 of them, they can destroy 3,000 honeybees.
Yeah, it's
an invasion, and when they destroy them, it plays World War I sound effects.
Yeah, we watched a video. It's like watching a World War I video, but with color.
Like there were explosions
and bees.
And you think we're kidding, but there were explosions. There were humanly shrieks. Bees are serious, man. They don't kid around.
They don't fuck around, as they say on the streets.
We learned about army ants and how they are blind and yet they swarm and can build shit.
Yeah, if you guys have ever seen that Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, like that movie, like those ants are real. I thought that they were fake and made up, but no, they're real.
Indiana Jones and the crystal meth.
And the crystal meth.
That explains half his adventure.
Indiana Jones and the Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Oh my god. Did you know Bryan Cranston, who plays Walter on Breaking Bad, also plays Hal on Malcolm in the Middle?
Well, obviously.
Bryan Cranston went to Comic-Con with a Walter White mask on his face. And so no one knew who he was. And he had his little badge, and he was just like, "Hey, guys, I'm a Comic-Con goer." And they're like, "Oh my god, look, it's Walter." He's wearing a Walter mask. And then he fucking goes up to the panel, takes off the mask, and he's like, "It's really me!"
Oh my gosh. What a joker.
Fooled everyone. Like, he was mingling with people for hours, and they didn't even know who he was.
That's ridiculous.
It must have felt nice, though.
Those people probably pooped in their pants.
More than once.
More than once they realized who it really was.
Oh my god.
So we were reminiscing about the old days, me and my church group, and like one of them was we have a friend at our youth group who has a medical condition, but nobody ever realizes this. Like the way everybody finds out for the first time is by sleeping in the same room with him. So like he has a condition that, I mean, he's not allowed to drive cars or operate any machinery or, sleep alone because he has a condition that only affects him when he's asleep. So I'm not going to tell you yet because it's part of the story. But there was this guy in our group named Chris Powell who was sleeping in the same room as this guy for the first time. And he said in the middle of the night he was awoken to a strange noise. And above him in the bunk bed was...
Okay, I'd like to take a second and appreciate the bunk beds.
Yeah, bunk beds are great when
cool.
You're on a trip. Like above him in the bunk bed in this room was our friend who has the medical condition, and it woke him up because he was just jittering and jumping and doing like doing a jig in bed like in the middle of the night.
Can we give this guy like a name like Pablo?
We'll call him Pablo. His real name is Jonathan, but we'll call him Pablo.
Pablo Francois.
So Pablo Francois, aka Jonathan, was in the middle of the night and then he was just doing his thing, just doing a little jig in bed, And it kept Chris up all night. And the next day he went to the youth pastor's. Ah, gosh dang, that Jonathan kid, that Pablo Francois kept me up all night with his. He was like tap dancing in bed.
He was doing the crocodile rock.
He was tap dancing in bed, and my youth pastor looked at him and was like, "Dude, he was having a seizure."
Like, dude, you're a douche.
He was having a seizure, and Chris was like, "Oh God, really?"
He's like, "Should I have done something? Oh my God."
They're like, "Yeah, you didn't know he has seizures." And I've slept in the same room with him, and, you know, when he does, you just make sure he doesn't hurt himself, and he'll be fine. But, you know, it always freaks people out the first night they see it.
Yeah. Seizures are scary, man.
Seizures are scary.
They're a lot scarier than people actually think. Like, when they see it in a movie or anything like that, it's a lot more terrifying, especially if you don't know. God. So I can only imagine Chris's reaction, like when he found out he was actually having a seizure. He's like, "Oh, shite."
Oh man, there's actually an episode of Pokemon that was released in Japan. I'm sure you've heard about this.
Oh, the Porygon.
Right. Like, it was like this episode was banned in Japan.
Yeah.
Because there was an explosion in the episode, and the screen started flashing red and blue. And I think, what was it, 300?
Ash and Gary.
Okay, so it was the screen was flashing red and blue from the explosion in the episode, and like 300 kids in Japan had seizures.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't show that episode in the U.S.
In America.
In America, and now they won't show it in Japan either. That's a true story.
Although they did get the episode at the Safari Zone where he has a gun and he pulls it on Ash. Did you ever see that one?
No, I don't think I did.
The Safari Zone guy has a gun and he's pulling it on Ash. I think he's telling him to go away and get out before he causes any trouble. So it's supposed to be planned on the whole Wild West thing, but they edited it in America because they thought that was too violent.
Yeah, it was too violent.
I'm pretty sure they just scrapped the episode in America and just skipped it entirely.
Probably, because I don't remember seeing it.
Because you know how Pokemon goes. It starts off, he's walking, it ends, he's walking. Got base, suddenly he's walking somewhere else.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how every episode
It's not like
was.
he catches any new Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, what the heck? That's
Wanna
the whole point of the
catch 'em
show,
all,
and he
geez.
never did.
Caught a whole bunch of Tauros once, that's about it.
He caught a whole herd of Tauros. And that was, you know, pretty much half of the Pokemon he had in the PC was Tauros.
It still is, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's caught like 50-something out of the 500-something?
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus, Ash. Get on our
Ridiculous.
level. We've completed the National Dex.
Yeah, get on our level. Ridiculous.
Ridic. You're a dick, Ash. You're a dick.
Too ridic to quit.
Ridic.
Okay.
Chronicles of Ridic.
Yeah, speaking of Val Kilmer. Vin Diesel, Vin Diesel.
Val Kilmer, you mean that famous baseball player?
No, that's Matumbo. Never mind, I don't know his last name. I just ruined the bit.
Goopity gop 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 geep.
Did you know this past year there was a new draft pick? This guy came out of a college and he was picked for a professional basketball team. His name is Barkevius Mingo.
Really?
That's his real birth name.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
That is insane. Like, I mean, I've heard of kids getting named shit. Like, there was actually a guy who legally changed his name to something to the effect of more awesome than Batman, faster than Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine, and Clark Kent. Like, he actually changed his name to that, but this is more ridiculous than that.
This is more ridiculous than that. His name is Barkevius Mingo,
That's pretty sweet, though. I mean, that's a cool name.
which sounds like a pirate name mixed with like a mango.
Yeah. It sounds like like an Oriental mango mixed with a pirate.
An Oriental mango mixed with a
Mingo.
pirate. Here, I need to keep talking. I'm gonna try to find Barkevius Mingo, see
All
what
right.
team he plays for.
You do that. I'll just slide the keyboard over and knock everything off the desk. Barkevius Mingo, right there.
Let's see.
He is with the Cleveland Browns as a linebacker. He's a football player.
Oh, football. Okay, I was completely
He calls
wrong.
himself Kiki.
Yeah, his Barkevius Kiki Levon Mingo.
Oh God.
What a ridiculous name.
He's not sweating his weight.
He's a linebacker for the Cleveland Browns.
He is 240 pounds.
He played college for Louisiana State.
He's 6'4", American.
And he's black.
He is black.
Shocker.
Shocker. Oh my God. Yeah.
Speaking of the shockers, WSU, they just sent a piece of mail, an official document to my girlfriend saying, "Hey, we have special mattresses, and regular sheets won't fit them, but that's okay because we
conveniently sell these sheets for way overpriced."
You got it. They sell like specially sized sheets for their oversized mattresses,
Unless you
which
buy them
is
off Craigslist.
ridiculous.
God.
And she's like, "Oh, look, they're scamming me even more."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Why?"
Speaking of scamming, Rebecca has her own insurance through Progressive, and my father goes through someone else. And today, and if you guys don't know, Rebecca and I live with my parents because it's long and complicated, but we're trying to get our own place. Anyways, so my dad gets a piece of mail today saying that they've just found out, "We has come to our attention that Rebecca Watson is living in your household. We will need proof of her insurance, whether with this company or another, or else we are going to tax the shit out of you," is basically what it was saying.
Well, that's horrible.
And it's like, how the hell did you find that out? Why did you not look if you found that much? Like, what is Merle Lester? Chester the Molester.
No,
The worst human names.
Yeah, I looked up the worst human names in history. I thought that would be a...
Okay.
Okay,
She was better than okay, damn it.
Okay, so there's one man. His name is Merle Lester. Merle Lester.
Which means to bother everyone with your name.
Apparently, in Spanish. His full name is Merle Lester Spanish. What a horrible... And let's see, here's someone whose name was Ok Suk Wang.
Okay, Sakwang.
Okay, Suk Wang.
She was better than okay.
Damn
This
it.
guy, offender detail, Tyrannosaurus Rex Mullins.
Dude.
From Elkhart County. What state is
this
that?
dude seriously changed his name or was born with the name Tyrannosaurus Rex Mullins?
And he's a sex offender, facing 2 to 8 years in prison in Indiana.
Well, that sucks.
Yet that name is to lure children.
Let's see. This guy is a news reporter for SABC News. His name is Tokyo Sex Whale.
And he's doing a bit on Minister, the human settlement. Although they spelled settlement wrong. I think.
Sex whale. It's hard to be such a big sex fish in such a small sex pond.
Oh my god. Here we have Dick Cock.
Dick Cock.
90 years and still going hard.
Kim You Suck. What a horrible name
He
for
must
this
be
dude.
Korean.
He is Korean, but his first name's Kim, his middle name is Yu, and his last name is Suck, which just sounds like a horrible like insult. Kim, you suck.
Inside Dick Tips.
Dick Tips.
Inside Magazine. Dick Tips. Mission Park Funeral. Oh my god, is that like a Christian magazine?
Okay, here's another Korean. His name is Man Fuck.
Man, tell me about it.
I would think that this guy may be from Pakistan. His name is Anas Afadas.
He's an ass, a fat ass.
Anas a fat ass. Okay,
Oh my God.
that's horrible.
Here we have Dewana Bonner
Dewana Bonner.
from the Phoenix Mercury. When you want it, you gotta to have it. Dewana Bonner.
Well,
Oh my god, there are 7 pages of the worst names in history.
oh man, I don't know if we can do all of those.
We should just like go through another page and just say the names. Not even read anything else, just say the names.
All right, well,
It's like that Bon Jovi song, Say My Name, when no one else is around.
Bezow doo doo zoppity bop 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 arrested. Oh my
He
god,
looks kind of like Johnny Depp.
he sounds kind of like
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby lyric. Bezow doo doo
Bezow
zoppity.
doo doo zoppity bop 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 bop.
You read that so much better
Arrested.
than I did. Tom
Creighton Cox.
Tom
Tom
Gayman,
Charlene Butts. Oh wow.
Ivana Mandick.
Oh my gosh, she looks like
And she
Nicolas
does look
Cage.
like a man dick.
Chardonnay hooker.
Chardonnay hooker. That is a...
Oh, that's almost as bad as Casey Budweiser.
Aw, don't make fun of Casey Weiser.
I like Casey. That's not
He's
my
a cool-
point. Oliver Loser.
This guy changed his name to KentuckyFriedCruelty.com.
Wow.
Probably because he's with PETA.
Peter.
He's an animal right.
Peter. Mr. Love.
This guy's name is Mr. Love. His first name is Mr.
Last name Love. Charged sex offender. Now we have Jack Goff from Middleton. Now we have Ron Tugnut from the Quebec Nordiques.
Tugnut? Chris Smelly.
Chris Smelly. Ooh, Chris. Tuscaloosa, Alaska. High school is American Christian.
He went to America. Okay.
It's got his birthday, his height, his weight. Can we get his phone number, his social security, his bank pins? Oh my God, we're not actually doing that, are we?
Maybe. I mean,
scariest bugs, but not the same one because we don't want to die.
Oh my God, what the heck is this?
The WIDA.
Okay, we are on nature'smightypictures.blogspot.com looking at the 10
top 10
scariest
and ugliest insects. Number 10.
It's called the WIDA, and it looks like a grasshopper, like
upside down,
trying to get like a sex position or something.
It looks like two grasshoppers doing it, basically.
But it's only one,
and it's got another set of legs that are in the air. Or maybe he's shrugging like, I don't give a fuck. I got like a little top hat here. Is that a top hat? He's gonna stick it on his head.
Apparently, these things.
Oh, it's a screw. Jesus, they're tiny.
Yeah, that's a pretty tiny. No, that's not too bad. But according to this, the WIDA is very adaptable and can survive in a variety of different environments because it can adapt to different temperatures. Oh. So that's not bad. And it lives in New Zealand, so don't worry about it.
The name comes from the Maori language word weta. I doubt I said any of that right.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's see. We
camel
have
spider.
Camel spider.
Enormous.
The camel spider is enormous. Larger than... it's
larger than life.
Larger than life, man.
I mean, this thing, apparently they have them in California every now and then.
Really? They have them in
They have them in California. But they're mostly overseas, it looks like.
Okay, let's see.
Or no Mexican.
Common names include camel spider, wind scorpion, sun spider, and mate venados, which is a Mexican nickname for it, which means deer killer. So apparently these things are large enough to kill like full-grown deer.
Yeah, that means they're large enough to kill humans.
Which means they could probably kill humans, yes.
The Mexican red-knee tarantula.
Tarantula, you moron.
Tarantula. My friend had a tarantula, my old neighbor. He let it out one night.
It's a tarantula.
And it crawled on me, so I fucking killed it.
Which is kind of sad. I mean,
I don't think it's sad. It crawled on me, and I was afraid it might bite me.
Well...
It was a giant bug, man. It's a spider at that.
They're arachnids.
Yeah,
and he didn't do anything to you.
Yeah, but my neighbor did. And it's okay, because I gave him some really, 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 really hot pepper sauce in his mouth while he was sleeping.
Good.
Yep. I'm going to ask. The European earwig. Ooh, that sounds terrible.
Earwigs are the worst. I mean, they crawl in your ear and they live there. Like, that is the worst.
They crawl in your ear and they make wigs? Fuck you.
They fucking make wigs. It's disgusting.
Oh my God, he has 2 penises. Read that last sentence.
What?
The male earwig has two identical, fully functional, and independently operable penises.
Oh my gosh, I'm kind of jealous of earwigs now. The thorn bug. This one literally looks like the thorn off a rose, and it's small enough to disguise itself
to be a
as
thorn.
One. Yeah.
The Goliath beetle, you can catch those in Animal Crossing.
Those things are huge. They're like the size of the palm of your hand.
8,000 bells. Jesus.
Giant African
Where are they
stick
from?
insect. Ugh.
Africa's tropical forest.
Disgusting.
God, that's a nickel, and that's a stick insect. And that's not like a little stick insect that we have, the walking stick. No, this is like...
This is like a branch insect, man.
Yeah, if one's a walking stick, this is a walking branch. Number 3, the cockroach. Obviously, because they've been around forever and they will never die. The horsefly. The bite from a larger specimen can be painful. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, otherwise.
Horseflies. Number 1, the giant water bug.
How large is the giant water bug?
The largest insect. It is 1.5 inches. Or
Some
4.
species grow as long as 4 inches.
It turns up under street lights and porch lights. It is also one of the most asked about insects. It is commonly mistaken for a beetle or even a cockroach. Alternative names include toe biter because they can deliver a nasty bite, and eclectic.
Electric light bulb.
I don't know
because
why
they're
I led
attracted to
that
lights.
as eclectic.
It's eclectic.
It's eclectic, man.
So that kind of raises a question. What's the scariest insect or bug or whatever to you, Marshall?
Oh man. Probably my biggest fear in terms of insects would be sitting on a toilet seat and a snake or I know snakes aren't, insects, but that fear of a snake or a spider or something like that crawling out and biting you on the ball sack.
Like in the movie Arachnophobia, that almost happened to somebody, didn't it?
Yeah, and that would scare the shit out of me, honestly.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit, we got a lot of questions.
We got a lot of questions from people on Facebook here. Well, we'll get to that. I want to tell what my scariest
I wasn't going to let this
mine isn't because, it's actually done anything to me, but just because of its potential. I'm afraid of its potential. I mean, my biggest fear is... Here, let me see if I can find it. I think it's the...
Oh, guys, you're in for a treat when the questions come. Just so you know. If you ever want to leave questions, get on our Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube,
yep. See,
mailbox, carrier bridge.
That's fucking it. Why would... Oh, look at that picture. It's on somebody's hand. Why would you...
Why would you let that in your hand?
Go to Google and type in Cottonwood Borer.
Like you're so bored?
But instead of a D, it's an R, a second R. Type in Cottonwood Borer. Look at the images. It's a very nice looking beetle. It's black and white.
It looks pleasant. I mean, look at this. This one looks like it's got a mustache. He's French.
Anyway, it's a really amazing looking beetle. But the thing is, it burrows deep into a tree and lays eggs. And then when they hatch, they spread throughout the tree and devour it from within. And it also has its jaws are powerful enough to bite through human flesh and bone. And the fact that it has the ability to do that, if it so wished, is what freaks me out the most of these things. And they're also, speaking from experience, they're really hard to kill. It always takes me a bunch of times to kill these things. Once I had to cut one in half with a pair of scissors.
Oh.
And it was green goo everywhere. Oh. Basically, I've just had bad experience with these things. Whenever I have bad encounters, it's disgusting.
You know what I've had a bad experience of recently that was disgusting?
What?
I milked my hippo, and the milk was pink. And that's how I found out that hippos lactate pink milk.
You don't have a hippo. You found that out from watching a video on YouTube.
Yeah, it was called something like the most useless facts that you'll never need to know but always remember. I've already forgotten most of them, so it's fine.
Yeah, anyway.
All right, questions.
Question time.
It's questions from the Shenanglers. That was so stolen. Oh, my God.
That was really bad.
Questions from the Shenanglers. Okay, anyways.
Okay, Marco Antonio Garcia.
Him again.
He's always asking us questions. What the heck? He asks, Marshall, how was your first time at the casino?
Okay, before I answer this, Jarrod, have you ever been to a casino?
I have not.
All right, you're going with us next time.
Awesome, I would love to.
And basically, we went to the Red Rock Casino in Oklahoma. It's like
Look
2
at that.
blocks.
We're giving them free publicity.
Yeah, they give you free money on your card, so I figure I can give them free publicity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they give you a $10 card. It's a card that you use to play slots and other stuff. You stick the card in, and it tells you that it's you. They're like, oh, it's Jarrod Nisly. Hi, you have $10. And that was a weird fucking voice.
Why is the slot machine a Muppet?
I don't know. Anyways, you stick the money in, you'd stick $1 in, and then you can use those 10. So you really just used 11. But it's cool. So anyways, you're going to come with it. It was in Red Rock, Oklahoma, about 2 blocks in to Oklahoma from Ark City.
Oh, wow.
And it's a 2-hour drive from Hutch. We were there for 2 hours, came back 2 hours later. Boring. The drive. On the way back, we slept. But drive there was funny, and we made a lot of new in-jokes, which I'll get to later because it's another question. But, yeah, the casino was a lot of fun. It was a lot to take in. I mean, I took about $11, but we stopped in at a McDonald's at 12 noonish, and I got a couple hash browns, so I only had $9 that I could play with. So the $10 came in handy because I had 19, and I won a total of around $35, $40.
Yeah?
But then I lost it because it was my first time ever gambling, so I really didn't care if I lost it if it wasn't a huge profit.
Sad day.
And so we went to play blackjack, and it's a $5 buy-in for a chip. And I got out every time, every first hand, because I don't know how that happens, but I'd be like, all right, here's my 5. Let's do this. It's like, oh, you got 12. All right, hit me. Fine. I'm not going to get a 10. Hit me. Oh, you got a king. Fuck you. Fuck you.
When did you turn into Samuel Jackson from Pulp Fiction?
Motherfucker. Anyways, it was fun, but I came out broke. But, you know, I only used $9, so I don't see it as a terrible gambling thing.
Yeah. Do you want to answer this next question from John Shook?
It says, when's the wedding? 2015, bro. Hopefully. She wants to do it October 10th. It's her big day, not mine. She chooses. I don't care. It's a day.
Oh, goodness. Apparently Jonathan Payne was just full of questions today.
He is our number one fan. I'm not going to lie.
Is he really?
Between him and Josiah... Together,
okay, that's
together. They are our number one fan.
I don't know. Josiah
is definitely our number one.
He's crazy.
Jonathan is our second best. He's our second most highest fan. Every day at work, he'll come up to me and he'll be like, "Hey, man, I watched your video on break," and I'm like, "Oh, that's nice. Thanks, man." He's like, "Yeah, they're really funny." I'm like, "Yeah, sweet, thanks." Anyways, he says, "What's the best viral video that you've seen lately, Jarrod?"
Definitely. This actually goes along with his next question. He also asks, do you recommend any other people on YouTube? The answer is yes. One of the best viral videos I've seen on YouTube actually come from a couple of other guys who do podcasts named Cox and Crendor from Cox and Crendor in the Morning. And they have a fan who animates videos that are just segments of some of their podcasts. And if you look up the Cox and Crendor animated videos, those are some of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I'm just sitting here evilly touching my fingertips together. There will be links. Oh, trust me.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give you links, John. Don't worry.
You will love them.
They're hilarious.
And I have to say, too, that that's probably the best viral videos I've seen lately. I mean, they're not super viral yet, but hey, we can change that.
Yeah,
they're hilarious guys. Do I recommend any other people on YouTube besides Cox and Crendor? They're separate channels. Jesse Cox and Wow Crendor. Look them up. They're awesome. I would have to say, to recommend anyone else, I'm sure there are. Like, there's the Me channel, and they do some really sweet stuff. Like, they'll build characters' weapons from video games. The blacksmith will. Like, they built Sora's Keyblade.
Really?
That was really cool. But, yeah, I'd say them and Jesse and... I think Crendor, definitely. I mean, Jesse's got a ton of fans, but Wow Crendor, I don't think he has as much. So, you know, props to you, Wow Crendor. You're a really funny guy. I enjoy you a lot. I love your second channel, Good Night Crendor, where he talks in a monotone voice like this to try and help people fall asleep.
That might actually help me.
It's really amazing. And sometimes I'll do finger tapping and just typing and stuff. Anyways, I'd recommend them. What's the most awkward and funny thing you've ever seen in Hutch?
Well, for those of you who live in Hutch, and for those of you who don't, there is kind of not an urban legend, because it's not a legend, it's an urban fact.
Urban fact.
There's an urban fact, kind of just a tradition that we have around town. A man by the name of Steve, who he happens to be a crossdresser, and he happens to ride his bicycle everywhere, and so everybody knows Steve when they drive around town. And he used to come into Dairy Queen where I worked previously, and I'll tell you, everybody kind of thinks that he's weird because of the cross-dressing, but he's a damn nice guy.
I heard that his story was actually really sad.
He does have a sad story.
I mean, so many people just give him shit because he's a cross-dresser riding a bike all the time, but those people are usually assholes, and they're just bitching and wanting something to laugh at. And yeah, it's okay to laugh at someone, but a lot of people take it too far with him. And they don't know why he's like that or anything like that. But, you know, sometimes you have a reason, sometimes you don't. If he didn't have a reason for cross-dressing and just liked to cross-dress, more power to him. That's awesome. If he has enough self-confidence, good. But I heard it was actually a drug in his drink. So, I don't know. That's the legend part.
Yeah, so if any of you guys ever see Steve...
Smile, say
Smile.
hi.
Think about him and respect him as a human being.
He's a nice guy.
And keep him in your prayers. Do not look down upon him or judge him, because, you know, he's just a man. He's
doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
He's just a human trying to make his way through this world.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Don't hate, appreciate.
Yeah.
RESPECT. Mr. T taught me that.
All right, the next question from Jonathan Payne. Will you ever reach 100 subscribers?
I hope so. And
I don't know.
when we do, because that's a very big win, not if.
Yeah,
When
definitely.
we do, we're going to do a monumentally epic video. You like how I just went and then, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it looked,
didn't
like
even,
it looked like you were trying to deep throat our microphone.
Oh, Mike Jagger.
This is getting weird.
Anyways, I think if we do, we're going to have an awesome video. Then maybe the same with 250 and 500 if we ever get there, which would be fantastic, I think, because then at that point we'd have a group of people who enjoyed listening to us and who would want to play games with us, or if they were in Hutch, maybe they'd be down to get a drink with us sometime or just hang out. You know, it's just cool things, you know?
Yeah, when we say get a drink, well, we're not 21 yet.
We're not drunks.
Yeah, we're not
Yet.
21, so we mean
mean
like get
go
some
to the
apple
Metro
juice
and
or
get
some,
like a bean freeze or a smoothie
or
or
a
some
chiller
coffee.
chai tea.
Or a kryptonite. That's pretty good.
Speaking of kryptonite, do you remember this? I want to tell you guys
Yes.
about this. I don't think we told you last time, but we were going to. We went to the Metro, and there's a guy.
yeah.
There's a barista there by the name of Zach. He
Really funny guy.
He kind of looks like Frodo from from the whatever it's called,
Lord of the Rings.
from the Lord of the Rings, or he looks
YOLO
like
Swaggins.
yeah, YOLO Swaggins. He looks more like Mr. Tumnus from the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the Narnia movie. That's what I would say. He looks like him. But anyway, this guy, this Joker, this Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo.
I
Here
go-
we go again.
I go into the Metro. I'm gonna order myself a drink, and Marshall's like, "Hey, you should try the kryptonite." And then,
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, you should try the kryptonite.
by the way, tell our listeners what's in the kryptonite in case they ever want to order it at the Metro.
It's basically what I believe, because I'm not entirely certain, but I'm pretty sure it's kiwi, lime. I think he said tea. Some kind of tea.
Oh yeah, there's tea in there.
Tea, kiwi, and lime pretty much are the main ingredients, and it is so good.
So yeah, it's a
No, not lime. Sorry. I'm saying lime because of the color green, and that's the first word that pops in my mind. It's green apple. Kiwi, green apple, and tea.
There you go. Okay, so if you guys ever want to go to the Metro, order a kryptonite.
It's like
it's a good drink.
$2 and maybe 30 cents, if that.
I mean, it's a good drink, but here's the thing: I didn't want a kryptonite.
No, he didn't want one.
Marshall
he wanted like a special drink.
Marshall was like, "Hey, you should get a kryptonite," and then Zach's like, "You know what? You should get a kryptonite."
And he rings it up.
And I was like, "I don't want a kryptonite." He's like, "What size would you like?" I was like, "Wait a minute, I don't want one."
It was awesome.
And he's like, "All right, so you want a large?" I'm like, "What are you doing? What is this guy doing?" And he started ordering my drink for me. This Joe Schmo. Who does he think he is?
He's the barista.
I was like,
he calls the shots.
I looked at the shots. I get it, espresso.
That was a
But
joke.
I looked at
didn't
Zach,
even
the
know.
barista, and I was like, "Who do you think you are, running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts?"
And then you tipped him.
And then I tipped him in his jar of hearts. Anyway,
yeah, that's that.
Marshall, what is the funnest vacation you've had, and where was it?
Oh, I've been on so many vacations. In 8th grade, I went to Australia. Just kidding. I talked in one day I went to school and I was like, "G'day, mate. How's it going?" And my friend Andrew and Tyler were just like, "Dude, did you go to Australia?" Like, "Yeah. That was my summer vacation." I'm just like holding back laughter. I'm like, yeah, I went to Australia. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh my god, guys, Marshall," and they told everyone. And Jarrod just asked me today if it was true.
Yeah. Like, this is like 6 years later. I still fucking thought it was true.
Like, are
I
you
thought he went to
kidding?
Australia.
No.
And it was a lie.
I don't have that kind of
I've been
money.
believing a lie.
I come from a relatively not lower middle class family, somewhere in there. But my funnest vacation, as this man has so eloquently put it, my most fun vacation was probably Iowa with Jarrod.
Oh, yeah, we went to Iowa together.
Either that, the casino, or Canopolis. But I don't know if I should count that because that's still in Kansas.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a camping trip, and we were there for like 2 nights.
I don't know. See, the thing is, I haven't actually been out very much on vacation. Like, I've never gone on a vacation with my family as far as I can remember. The biggest kind of vacation I've ever actually went on was with Jarrod to Iowa, and we were only there for
A weekend. It was just a
days.
family reunion. I didn't even hang out with my family much. I don't
We just
know
kind
them
of
very
did
well.
parkour at the church.
We did parkour at the church. That was fun.
And we watched Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah, we watched
We binge watched it.
we binged on Cardcaptor Sakura, which is a great anime.
It was awesome.
It was the very first anime I ever watched when I was
Same
like 4
year,
years
I
old.
think.
Yeah, it was the first one I ever
remember
watched.
Link. His name was Link, right?
No, his name was Lee, but he looked like Link from The Legend of Zelda.
And that's why I called him Link all the time. And when he left, I was so sad. I think I cried when I was a kid.
But we watched that show for 7 hours straight.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
How's it feel to be a marshmallow?
What the fuck kind of a question is
well,
that?
I'm not.
I'm not a marshmallow either. Oh, I think he's referring to your name as Marshall, and he's like calling you Marshmallow.
That's what his girlfriend calls me.
Oh, well then, what the heck? That's what he means, I think.
How's it feel to be a marshmallow? Well, I've had many names. I'm a man of names. Ask Jarrod. I have very many names.
He's got a lot of names, some of them made up.
Yeah, I've gone by, I'll just answer that question with my aliases. I've gone by Jack Carter. What was yours again?
Sean something. It was Sean Whitney.
Sean Whitney and Jack Carter. We worked for the Pitch.
Yeah, we made
We solved a murder.
We a couple of years back there was a murder here in town, and I don't know if you guys will believe this or not. If you don't, then that's your loss because this really happened. I went through a bad breakup, and I felt like a piece of crap. And I was sitting at home watching the news, and they were talking about this murder that happened in my hometown, right here in Hutch.
How dare they?
Yeah, and they were talking about how there was a $16,000 reward, and I was like, perfect pick me up. I'm gonna solve a murder. So I called Marshall. I said, get matching fedoras.
Yep.
We're gonna solve a murder.
Didn't we wear fedoras for a
We
while?
did. We wore matching fedoras, and we went and investigated. We went to the neighborhood of the victim and asked
I feel
around.
like that's gonna segue great into the next question when it's all over.
we went around and we went to the last place she was seen alive, and we had fake IDs that said that we worked for the Kansas City Pitch, which is kind of like the New York Times, only shit.
Yeah. And it's kind of like the New York Times. In a way, a kitten is like a tiger.
Yeah.
See how I reversed that?
Yeah, man. I actually don't know what this Kansas City Pitch is like. It might be great. You guys should check it out. It might be a good thing.
I'm just saying, I've never heard of it.
Anyway, we went to the last place she was seen alive. Well, we were at the Pitch, and the guy was, oh crap, these guys are real. And we asked to see the security footage, and he's like, I would let you, but the police took it. I was like, crap, he would have let us.
So basically, we went to bars and talked to the bartender.
We went to a bar and talked to the bartender.
We found out that she frequented this hair salon in town, Twisted Sisters, so we were going to send Jarrod to get a manicure.
And I went in there with a friend of mine, and she was my cover, and we asked questions in there, and they got suspicious and didn't like us asking questions, so we left. Long story short, we ended up solving this murder, found out who the guilty parties were, but when we went to tell the police, they did not believe us.
Yeah, it's the attitude of, oh, it's just a couple kids.
2 months later, they arrested the guys that we had told them to arrest, and they kept the reward for themselves. So sad day.
Yeah. But they probably didn't even use it to improve the city.
Probably
I can almost
not.
guarantee you. Look at all the potholes in town. Look at the parks and how run down they're getting.
Yeah, everything's, holy crap.
It's
So
a
anyway.
good city, though. I mean, we were out at Avenue A Park last night at, like, midnight or so, and we were just sitting in that little gazebo by the giant grasshopper, and we were looking down at the little creek. It was a rather beautiful scene, actually.
Yeah.
Anyways, next question. How does it feel to talk like mobsters with me to everybody at Wesley Towers? How did you like the car ride to the casino? Well, this is from Marco, and I talked about this in my Q&A last week, but I told you I was going to the casino. People posting on Facebook. Anyways, I went to the casino, like we talked about, but I went with Marco Garcia and Logan Gullet. And as we were going, I'm not really sure what sparked it, to be honest. Oh, Logan said we should stop by the strip club. And
That sounds like Logan.
and yeah. And Marco was like, "No, man, I could never do something like that." And Logan's like, "I couldn't either. Just watch those girls degrading themselves with their daddy issues." And I'm like, "Fuck, I'm for it." And I was like, "Yeah, man, let's just all get our like charcoal suits and our felt fedoras and our cigars and go play poker at the strip club." And they're like, "That's not what happens, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it is. The girls that are in their like thongs and bras will come up to you and bring you drinks, and you'll just be like, 'Yeah, see, I'd like a vodka, see, haha." And so we kind of talked like mobsters for a while. They shattered my vision of strip clubs. That apparently doesn't happen
Really?
I thought it did.
Well, what's the point of strip clubs then if that doesn't happen?
I don't know. I thought the whole point was that gentlemen could go and, like, play poker with some naked women around them. I thought that'd be awesome.
In pinstripe suits and fedoras.
Why doesn't that happen?
Why don't we
they're
do that
smoking,
anymore?
like, giant, like,
Cuban
cigars. And they're just like, meow, say.
By the way, I never told you this, but that made me mad. Did you know in Nicaragua, Cuban cigars are legal? And I had an opportunity to purchase some for myself.
But you couldn't bring them back.
Couldn't. No, well, I couldn't purchase them even for myself to smoke there because I was on a church mission trip.
Oh, yeah.
My youth pastor wouldn't let me. And I was like, Chase, you realize I may never have another opportunity to smoke Cuban cigars. And he was like, well, just order them when you're in the States. I'm like,
they're illegal.
isn't that illegal? He's like, yeah, but that's what I would do. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yep. But basically, this also segues into the next question. John says, do you have a gang, and what does mobster sound like? Do we have a gang?
Remember the Lunar Embassy?
Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah, man. High five.
Motherfucking high five,
High
bitch.
five. Yeah.
God, I can't remember that.
We started our own, if you guys have ever heard of, read the manga for, or watched the anime for Air Gear, it's about these street gangs that use like these wow, this is gonna sound kind of stupid, but they all
basically they're rollerblades.
They wear rollerblades,
basically.
but they're motorized, and the more pressure you apply, the faster you go.
The more kinetic energy you get, the better you'll be able to do things.
So they actually do like insane tricks, and they start gangs, and then they fight each other for scraps and parts, and it actually becomes like a big deal, and like there's blood and like death and everything,
and boobs.
But Marshall and I decided to start our own air trek kind of. What would they call color gangs or Storm Rider team? We were gonna start our own Storm Rider team, and we called it the Lunar Embassy. And my title was the Ganymede's Anthem, the Silver Tone Aria.
I can't remember mine.
I don't remember yours. Yours wasn't even as cool as mine anyway.
Like Nocturne's Lament, I think.
Nocturne's Lament. Nocturne is the moon of...
So we're going for moons, obviously.
Neptune or
and
Uranus?
I think Neptune. Maybe Uranus. I don't know. But we were going for moons and then song. Things pertaining to songs or pieces of music. But yeah. So, yeah, that was cool. And we never got anywhere, but we designed some pretty cool emblems and shit.
Yeah, we designed emblems. We were going to, like...
put them on jackets and go bowling.
We were gonna go run amok and like make a turf and say, "Hey, this is our turf.
This is our turf.
This is our turf."
Yeah, it was fun, but the car ride there was hilarious, to say the least.
You said it was boring.
No, the car ride home.
Oh, the car ride home.
Because we were all tired and we spent all our money and we all had to pee and we were all hungry and thirsty. It's a 2-hour drive, so it was kind of. But yeah, on the way there, I saw a bunch of model homes that looked exactly alike. And I'm just driving by, I'm like, you sons of bitches. I mean, they were probably made by kids who took a construction class, and that's the only thing they know how to do. So when they say, vary your designs a little, they just add like a fucking second floor.
Anyway, let's see. I did have something else to talk about.
See, guys, he ignores me all the time.
What? I'm sorry. I just kind of blacked out. Whoa.
No, it's fine. All your Pokemon fainted and he blacked out. That's how it works.
Okay. No, actually, here, I need to type something in because I need to show you something. You are going...
Freak the fuck out.
No, this is going to be good. Oh, crap. What is the Daft Punk, right?
Sure. What about them?
They have their own...
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes, Daft Punk has their own brand of condoms.
What?
Called Get Lucky, from their song Get Lucky.
What?
And this made me think, yeah, Durex partnered with Daft Punk and made the Get Lucky brand of condoms. The breakout single from Random Access Memories is now immortalized as safe sex protection, packaged with the recognizable image of Daft Punk, Pharrell, and Nile Rodgers playing in front of the smoldering sun.
Oh my god, no way. That has to be a troll. That can't be real.
No, it's real.
Look up pictures of it.
It's the real... I'm gonna look up pictures of condoms on the internet?
Yeah!
That sounds like a bad idea.
It's very sketch. No, just go to images.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
No, see, it's not too bad.
See? Holy crap, man.
It doesn't actually show the condom, but it shows the wrapper, and yeah.
Like, holy crap, man.
Oh my
Just
god,
the
there's like a
fact.
million of the exact same picture.
But,
Jesus.
but that took me back to, do you remember when we were, back in our Latin class? Back in,
Oh, yes.
like, sophomore year.
Yes, I do.
When you came up with the idea for the condoms, the glow-in-the-dark.
Glow-in-the-dark condoms.
Glow-in-the-dark condoms.
I actually still have the ad on Facebook somewhere.
Yeah, he made an ad on Facebook. Made an ad video and put it on Facebook where it's, somewhere that we don't know where. Just, if one of you can find
No,
it,
I know where
send
it
us
is.
the link.
I have it.
Yeah, but I want them
mean-
to get involved. I want you guys to find it and send us the link.
The ultimate stimulus package, Obama condoms.
Oh,
The joke was made a long time ago. It had to be solidified. But yeah, maybe that video will resurface and
just
get
think
shared.
about it. What if we get as big as Daft Punk and then we get the
Our faces on
opportunity?
condoms.
No, I was gonna say, what if we get a chance to make your blow in the dark condoms
Oh,
reality?
that would so cool. That would so
all
cool.
of your dreams would come true.
I heard they already have glow in the dark condoms, but that was the kick. It wasn't just glow in the dark; it was flavored.
Yes,
glow in the
they
dark.
were blow in the dark, where you could like,
Oh my god!
this
Oh my
tastes
God.
like cherry.
Shut up!
I got root beer.
Oh my god! What is this acacia fig?
Acacia fig. How do you know what that tastes like?
Obviously, I am a survivor man, and I have eaten my fair share of acacia fig. So, yeah. I don't think acacia fig is actually a thing.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
It's a type of tree that I'm pretty sure it's edible leaves and stuff like that. Because I've definitely eaten acacia leaves.
Really?
But I don't think it has a fig. It just grows fig Newton bars.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Hey, do you know? You work with old people, isn't that correct?
Yes, I do. I care for the elderly.
Yes, you do.
I don't give a fuck. Just kidding.
I'm sure you remember my old youth pastor, Chase.
Chase.
Yes. Well, recently he's left the church and he's gotten a new. Well, not left the church,
Yeah,
but he's left the church
yeah.
staff.
Yeah.
He's not the youth pastor anymore, and he's gotten a job as a bedside chaplain.
Ooh.
So you actually might see him. I told him you work at Wesley Towers. He said he has a few clients,
Client?
people that he sees there. So you might see him sometime.
Huh.
But he went into the room of this old man one time, he said, and this guy was like 80 years old, lying in bed, didn't really have the strength to get out of bed or anything, but he still he was wiry and scrappy and had a lot of energy.
Yes.
And this dude apparently was a huge womanizer back in the day.
That doesn't
Yeah, man.
surprise me.
Yeah, man. Anyway, this guy, a woman walked into the room, the nurse, she walked in there, and the guy started shouting his head off at her. You get out of here! You get the beep out of here! Beep! Beep! And he's shouting at her, and then, Chase just had this look of concern on his face, and he didn't know what just happened, and he was like, what, I'm sorry, what's wrong, sir? What happened? And the guy, he looks at Chase and he said, "She wants all of this."
Oh my, he did not.
He's like, "She wants all of this."
Oh my god, that made a cool effect. You won't see this, guys, but we made the bat symbol with our voices. Jesus. That was awesome. But I can believe it because we have some crazy ones that'll slap the nurse's butt.
Yeah, and Chase was like,
And
"I'm sorry,"
it's
and
bad,
he's like,
but-
"She can't keep her hands off me."
Oh my god.
And Chase was like, "Okay."
He's like, just wait till bath time. Oh yeah, I took my Viagra.
Oh,
Oh no.
hope the water wasn't cold.
It probably was.
Be like George Costanza from Seinfeld.
Oh my god.
I was in the pool.
Likely story.
Oh man, gosh. Okay, so yeah, I think. But anyway, old people.
Well,
They're just like young people,
Crazy.
but
Old.
they know that
With
they can get away
leprosy.
with stuff.
yeah, like George Carlin once said, "Now that I'm old, I can shit in my pants, and people will have to clean it for me." How fucking cool is that?
I think that's a good. That's a high note to end on.
Yeah.
So remember, kids, you have something to look forward to. When you get old,
Your body may not work right, and you may not have sex.
but you can poop in your pants, and other people will clean it for you.
And you can act like you forget people. You can be at the dinner table. Where are you? Or, where am I? And where's my horse? And they'll just be like, Grandpa, what? What?
Your horse.
Your horse. And you look at your granddaughter, and you're like, come here, son.
I know where this is going, so I'm going to stop.
Ruin their lives.
Actually reminds me of a joke by Gary Mule Deer. He's an old Native American comedian. He's absolutely hilarious.
He's Johnny Cash impersonator.
Yeah, he's a Johnny Cash impersonator. That's how he got to start. And he looks like him, too, only Native American.
Only Native American.
But Johnny Cash was part Native American, was he not?
Everyone probably is at this point.
Probably everyone at this point. But
Big melting
he told the joke. He said that there was an old man at an old folks home, and
A funeral home.
I'm sorry. There was an old man.
Well, it's close enough if you get my drift.
There was an old man at an old folks home, and he saw an open door, so he walked in, and there was an old lady in there. And he said, I bet you can't guess how old I am. And she said, I bet I can. Drop your pants. So he drops his pants. She said, you're 93 years old. He said, gee, you're right. How did you know? She said, you told me at breakfast this morning.
I remember that joke on the way to Iowa.
Yeah, on the way to Iowa.
Oh, that was a good trip.
Good road trip.
It was a good vacation. Except your family members thought I was gay with you. They were joking around about it.
They did.
It was fun.
But that's probably because we held hands the whole time.
Probably because we were making out at dinner.
Yeah.
With our food. Because it was so good. God, your family cooks pretty well.
Yeah, well, they're Mennonites. What do you expect?
Yeah, they're Mennonites.
They're good cooks. If you can say anything for them, it's that.
All right, guys. This has been Marshall Mendez.
And Jarrod Nisly. We're going to let you drift off to dreamland now.
Yeah.
Assuming that it's nighttime.
Assuming it's night and not day. If you're driving, do not.
Don't
do
fall
not
asleep
drift.
at the wheel.
And if you do,
Tokyo drift.
Tokyo drift.
All right.
We knew where we were going.
See you guys.
See you later. Bye.